this is what we're cutting out at the moment. This is the spine of the case, and as you can see, the acrylic is really thick. This is 6mm, and 2 of these will make the backbone of the case. It's very rigid, and we're going through at a pretty good meter a minute. So it's just cutting it all out now. We made the most of the sheet. Hi guys, it's Epic PC, and the machine is really getting going now. We're doing these things, which I'll show you what these are for later. And we've got a whole bunch of them to do. So the machine is just eating through this. It's really thick, really quite thick plastic. It's 6mm thick acrylic, and just to give you an idea of how thick this stuff is. That's the piece there. Alright, so this is the spine of the computer, and basically this is the back plate, so all of your cable management comes behind here. This is where your power supply sits, and all of your cables get routed through here. And the motherboard's actually about 10mm above this plate here, and so all the wires get routed behind the motherboard to their respective areas. So you won't actually see any wires that you don't need to see. They'll all be coming from underneath the motherboard, which is pretty cool. What else do we have? We've got this, it's just my logo, and you've got this thing here, which is basically, I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but it's a 2mm pocket, and that's where the mid plate goes. It goes slots into there, and there's a mid plate right across here, and then these are the holes for the reservoir. The reservoir will sit here, and yeah, so what will basically happen now is I'm going to cut the second panel, and that gets stuck onto this to make this a bit more rigid. It is very rigid at the moment. It's 6mm thick, and the spine of the computer will actually end up being 12mm thick. So these are the 2 panels now finished. It's extremely slow to cut because it's so thick, but it's finally done. Yeah, so this is what it looks like together. You've got the mid plate line here, and then 12mm thick acrylic for the spine. So all of that's done. You can route as many cables as you want through these holes, and from behind the motherboard to where it needs to be. This is probably the coolest thing, is that you don't need to actually remove your motherboard to change your CPU cooler, which is good. Saves a lot of time. There used to be a hassle I used to hate. And these 2 holes and these 2 holes is for a very large reservoir that's going here, and then there's a tube reducer that goes between all the way through here, which I'll be creating later, and we'll see how that works. Also, I just wanted to show you guys this, which is a I've got this from the US, which is a brisk heat strip heater for acrylic, and all you do is you just get fiberglass tape and you staple it down. I didn't have a staple, so I just used tack nails, and then you just put your acrylic piece on top and bend it straight over. I've tried it before. I didn't want to get one of the commercial units because they're about $600–700. This plus shipping plus the nails, fiberglass tape, was 100 Australian. This is actually the front bit of the case, which curves over, and because I couldn't get a consistent bend with the plastic bender, I've decided to do a whole bunch of these across. It's going to be like an air vent, and they all fit in like cogs, so you can probably see there, they just fit in perfectly, and then all I do is I glue those in and polish them up, and so I can't wait to get home and glue that up, so it should look good. So that's it there. That goes on the top of the case, and there's one for the bottom of the case as well, and really needs polish, so I'm going to give it a good polish now.